I'm Ashley Bradnam and welcome to Head to Head. You know, I like to think of this show as it's a community service. At this moment in time, Australians have no idea just who is the nation's greatest sporting mind. They will by the end of the first Saturday in December. There will be absolutely no doubt it could be Daniel Viles from Queensland. He had a great victory again last week, but in sport, you're only as good as your last match, so we're going to reassess that situation after he defends the title against the new challenger. Thanks to ABC Shop's success in head-to-head could land our competitors some amazing prizes. The winner of Series 1 will be off to the AFL Grand Final and they'll earn the right to play off at the end of the year against the Series 2 winner. Now, the victor of that head-to-head Grand Final on that famous first Saturday in December, and it will be famous, will be flying off to the UK for the finals of Wimbledon. Plenty at stake. Let's get started. Let's meet our competitors. He's back again, folks, the controversial champion, Daniel Viles from Queensland. The sport he has never contested but would like to have tried is fencing. I don't really see you as a fencer.
No, a little bit of coordination disability, I think, in that regard. But I watched some. I came down to Sydney for the 2000 Olympics and watched the men's sabre final. And, yeah, I loved it. It was a really good experience and good to try something new. Daniel
has broken every record on head-to-head. And something you may not know, as the five-time defending champion, 6 victories in total. A victory for Daniel tonight will secure him a place in the Series 1 final. Certainly something to play for, mate. Have you thought about that?
It has crossed the mind, and but you got to block it out. This is a quiet opponent tonight. I'm a little bit wary.
You've called it early that you think that you're going to go on and win the whole shebang. Forget about the Series 1 final. Daniel thinks he's going to win the entire grand final. Do you regret making those comments, given that it puts a little bit of extra pressure on you?
I don't regret making them. But it certainly does put the spotlight on me, but let's see how we go.
See how you perform tonight. Good luck. A place in the Series 1 final up for grabs. Let's bring on your opponent. Our challenger is Paul Lorraway, a land officer from Moreton in Queensland. His greatest sporting achievement is taking 9 for 45 in Rockhampton grade cricket.
That was a long time ago.
How are you, Paul?
Not bad.
9 for 45?
Yeah.
What grade was it?
3rd grade, I think.
3rd grade?
Yeah.
And talk me through it.
Oh, it must have been 14 or 15 at the time. And it was a concrete wicket, so...
Were you playing 6-year-olds?
Well, I think they were a little bit older, yeah. I had a good spell.
I'll tell you, you'll need a performance like that tonight to topple the champ. He's pretty hot. You've played him, obviously, in the comfort of your lounge room at home. Have you ever beaten him?
No.
That doesn't sound that good. It's Daniel giving it the Brett Lee lawnmower at the moment. Yeah. Good luck to you. Let's get started. Let's play the first quarter of head-to-head. And a nice gentle round it is to get us underway. 10 questions, either multiple choice or true or false. 1 point for a correct answer. There's no penalty if you get it wrong, so we basically just let it rip. Daniel, I don't have to tell you, you tee us off first. You are the defending champion. Hit the hot seat. Think we might have a sleeping giant tonight.
I'm wary. I'm very wary. I don't believe he hasn't beaten me at home.
Well, the last couple of people that have been here have done the sledging. They've taken on the verbal attack and it hasn't worked. So we'll see how Paul goes tonight. 10 questions. Usually you get away to a fly. Let's see how you perform tonight. True or false? Todd Woodbridge won an Olympic gold medal.
True.
Correct. The champ is away. Who made their Test debut first? A. Glenn McGrath, B. Damien Martin, C. Justin Langer, D. Matthew Hayden.
It was Damien Martin.
B is correct. You eat these cricket questions up. Well done. 2 from 2. Perfect record so far. Question 3 of 10. First quarter action. True or false? A West Coast Eagles player has won the Coleman Medal.
True.
Correct. Know who it was?
No, I don't.
It was Scott Cummings in 1999. Which A-League soccer team is nicknamed the Victory? A. Newcastle, B. Adelaide, C. Central Coast, D. Melbourne.
D. Melbourne.
Just wait for me to go through for people playing at home before you answer the questions. That's correct. True or false? England has won cricket's World Cup.
False.
Correct.
Although they have won the Women's World Cup.
Pardon?
They've won the Women's World Cup.
Oh, there you go. Keep that in your memory bank. Might be a question down the track. Which of the following cities was the first to host the modern Olympic Games? A. St Louis, B. Stockholm, C. Amsterdam, D. Paris?
Paris in 1900.
Incorrect. St Louis, 1904. True or false? Freddie Lane was the first Australian to win an Olympic swimming medal.
True.
Correct. 3 to go. Rocky who was the only heavyweight champion boxer to go through his professional career undefeated? A. Rocky Gattalari, B. Rocky Balboa, C. Rocky Gambiri, D. Rocky Marciano.
I'll go Rocky Marciano.
That would be correct. You're in trouble if you went Rocky Balboa. True or false? Swimmer Shane Gould won a Commonwealth Games gold medal.
False.
Correct. And your final question. Which tennis player's father played in 2 Soccer World Cups? A. Jelena Dokic, B. Andy Roddick, C. Kim Clijsters, D. Todd Woodbridge.
Kim Clijsters.
Is correct, and it's a good way for the champ to get his campaign underway. Well done, Daniel. You finished with 9 correct answers there. Back to the Champions Corner. And Paul, please, hit the hot seat. Nine from 10 for the champ.
Yep.
Your first time in the hot seat. How does it feel?
Well, it's not an electric chair, so it can't be too bad.
Plenty of people have suffered in that seat, I can tell you that. Question 1 for you, of 10, is a true or false? Ron Barassi won a Brownlow medal.
False.
Correct. Our challenger is underway. You can see the relief just pouring out of you, Paul. 1 from 1, you've got a perfect record, mate. Keep it going. Question 2. Where are the headquarters of the International Cricket Council? A. Monaco, B. London, C. Dubai, D. Melbourne.
Dubai.
Is correct. True or false? Venus and Serena Williams have combined to win the US Open doubles tennis title.
True.
Correct. 1999. David Teal was an Australian Olympic gold medalist in which sport? A. Athletics, B. Swimming, C. Rowing, D. Cycling.
Swimming.
He was, correct. 1956. True or false? Jim Laker is the only man to take 10 wickets in an innings in Test cricket.
False.
Correct. Perfect record so far. How are you feeling? 5 questions in, 5 to go.
Well, yeah, feeling reasonable.
Don't change anything.
No.
It's working. Which is the only Australian team to win a medal at all of the last 4 Olympics? A. The Kookaburras, B. the Hockey Roos, C. the Boomers, D. the Sharks.
Pass.
Can't pass.
Oh,
Process of elimination.
yeah.
You have 4 options here. Talk me through it. What are you thinking?
I've forgotten the 4 options.
Which is the only Australian team to win a medal at all of the last 4 Olympics?
Right.
A. the Kookaburras,
Right.
B. the Hockey Roos, C. the Boomers, D. the Sharks.
Kookaburras.
Is correct, and your perfect record remains intact. True or false? Collingwood's best and fairest medal is the Jock McHale medal.
True.
That's incorrect. It's the Copeland Trophy. A stumble for the first time tonight for the challenger. He's on 6 and he trails by 3. 3 questions to go in this round. How many gold medals did Australia win at the 2004 Summer Olympic Games in Athens? A. 15, B. 16, C. 17, D. 18.
17.
C is correct. Good contest tonight. True or false? The US Tennis Open was once played on clay.
False.
Incorrect. True. And your final question. What is the minimum length of a soccer pitch for international matches? A. 100 metres, B. 110 metres, C. 115 metres, or D. 120 metres?
100 metres.
Is correct. Good way to finish off the round. You're on 8 points. Stay there, Don. Paul, 8 out of 10 is a great way to kick off your campaign. Back to the Challenger's Corner for you. And our adjudicator has just informed us that you were correct with that one that we thought you'd stumbled on. Paris did host the Olympics in 1900, just before St Louis in 1904. That means for the 3rd time, you've aced the opening quarter. 10 out of 10 quarter time here in the battle for the belt. And the score is the defending champion on 10 leads Paul on 8.
What do Don Bradman and Craig Gower have in common? If you aren't sure, then let's play Degrees from the Don. Don Bradman has a grandstand named after him at the Sydney Cricket Ground, as does Clive Churchill, who captained rugby league team South Sydney, as did John Sattler, whose son Scott played in Penrith's grand final winning team in 2003, captained by Craig Gower. Craig Gower, Degrees from the Don, 4.
And it's time for the second quarter of Head to Head. We enjoy this round. You have 2 minutes to answer up to 20 questions on your special subject. Again, 1 point for a correct answer. There's no penalty for a wrong answer. Just rip in, boys. Let's get into it. And you can pass if you like. We'll return to the question if time permits. Daniel, shooting for a place in the Series 1 final. Hit the hot seat. Got to be happy with the way it started.
Very much so now. Go Paris.
We've sorted things out. You got the perfect record here.
Thank you very much.
You also hold the record for the most points overall with 49. Something to consider. You might want to break the half ton on the show one day. Here we go. Your specialty subject is state of origin. A rugby league man, an Aussie rules man, a cricket man, a hockey man, a fencing man.
Netball.
Anything you don't know?
A little bit rusty on the synchronised swimming and not so good on the lacrosse.
Right. We'll bear that in mind. Here we go, mate. 2 minutes on the clock. Let's get started. Your time starts now. Which series did Queensland win between 1990 and 1994?
1991.
Correct. Who was the first New South Wales player to win a Man of the Match award?
Chris Mortimer.
Incorrect. Peter Sterling. What is the highest winning margin in an Origin match?
40 points.
Correct. In 1984, who scored a try off a Wally Lewis kick that rebounded from the crossbar?
Greg Dowling.
Correct. In what year did the series switch to a 3-match format?
1982.
Correct. In how many games did Paul Vaughton captain Queensland?
3.
Incorrect. 2. Who was the first person to referee all 3 games in a series?
Bill Harrigan.
Incorrect. David Manson. On what date in July was the first Origin match played?
15th.
Incorrect. 8th. In what year did the MCG first host an Origin match?
1992.
Incorrect. 1994. Who scored the first ever Golden Point field goal in 2004?
Sean Timmins.
Correct. What year was the first 3-0 whitewash?
1986.
Correct. For what was Gordon Tallis sent off in 2000?
Back chat.
Correct. Who was voted man of the match in the first Origin game?
Wally Lewis.
Incorrect. Chris Close. In what year did Bill Harrigan first referee an Origin match?
1989.
Incorrect. 1991. How many Origin games did Anthony Mundine play?
3.
Correct. Who is the leading try scorer in Origin history?
Kerry Bowstead.
Incorrect. Dale Shearer. How many Origin matches did Arthur Beetson play?
1.
Correct. Who captained New South Wales to its first Origin victory?
Steve Mortimer.
Correct. In what year was an Origin match first played at the Olympic Stadium in Homebush?
1999.
Correct. Which player was once hurt falling off a horse at a team bonding session and missed selection?
Pass.
Which player was once hurt falling off a horse at
Rodney
a team...
Howe. No, it's the other one. Robbie
Incorrect.
Kearns.
It was Robbie Kearns. You've beaten the buzzer for the first time on the show. Put your hands together for the defending champ. Raced through them at a great series of knots. Has stumbled on a few of the questions as well. Maybe you could have given yourself just a little bit more time to think about the correct answer. It was on your tip of your tongue a few times.
Like an Origin game itself, it's played at such a cracking pace and the stumbles occur.
Well, mate...
Don't know where that metaphor came from, but gee, it was good.
I'm not even sure it made sense. We're going to send you back to the Champions Corner anyway. And Paul, hit the hot seat. OK, mate. You're 13 points adrift.
Right.
He's been around too long. We want to get rid of him. It's only a joke. A win tonight and he's in the Series 1 final. Your specialty subject is Australian Olympic gold medalists. Good luck.
Thank you.
Your time starts now. In which sport did Simon Fairweather win a gold medal?
Archery.
Correct. Which Australian is the only person to light the Olympic cauldron and go on to win a gold medal at the same games?
Kathy Freeman.
Correct. Which striker scored the goal in extra time to give the Kookaburras their first hockey gold medal in Athens?
Jamie Dwyer.
Correct. What was the name of Matt Ryan's horse that took him to 2 equestrian gold medals in 1992?
Khyber TikTok.
Correct. The cycling velodrome at the 2000 Sydney Olympics was named after which Australian gold medalist?
Edgar Dunk Gray.
Correct. How many times has an Australian won gold in the 1500 metre freestyle?
7.
8. Incorrect. In which discontinued team sport did Australia win gold in 1908?
Rugby union.
Correct. How many gold medals did Australia win at the 1976 Olympic Games in Montreal, Canada?
0.
Correct. In which men's speed skating event did Stephen Bradbury win
1,000 metres.
More information?
1,000 metres short track speed skating.
Correct. Dual Olympic gold medalist Marjorie Jackson is the governor of which Australian state?
South Australia.
Correct. Which nation did Australia beat in the final of the women's water polo in 2000?
USA.
Correct. Who is the only Australian to play in all 3 Hockey-Roo gold medal teams?
Rochelle Hawkes.
Correct. Dual athletics gold medalist Edwin Flack also competed in which other sport at the first modern games in Athens?
Tennis.
Correct. Athlete Betty Cuthbert won a gold medal in the first appearance on the Olympic program of which women's event at the 1964 Games?
100 metres.
Incorrect, 400 metres. Who said after winning a gold medal at the 2004 Athens Olympics, I'm pretty much guaranteed that my nana is going psycho right now?
Jodie Henry.
Correct. Which Australian team discarded the tag of Olympic chokers when they won gold in Athens?
Kookaburras.
Correct. Who is the only Australian swimmer to win a backstroke gold medal?
David Tyler. Teal. THIL.
Correct. Who is the only Australian woman to win a gold medal in track cycling?
Adam Mears.
We're going to accept that. You answered that just before the buzzer had sounded. Well done. Things have just heated up around here, folks. Things have heated up well and truly. The challenger has hit the front. Paul, back to the challenger's corner for you. And let's get confirmation on that. Half-time in the battle for the belt. And the score is Paul on 24, leading Daniel on 21.
Now a question for the trivia buffs at home as we play What Happened Next.
Straight. Colin Miller again, bowling his off spinners. Oh, that's gone in the air. This is going to be safe, is it? No, this might be out. Oh, there's a collision. Oh!
If you guessed Steve Waugh's nose broke Jason Gillespie's leg while both were attempting a catch, well done.
Steve Waugh up.
2 Queenslanders doing battle tonight. It is a cracking contest. Time now for the third quarter on Head to Head. And this is the all-important premiership quarter, the money quarter. Our competitors go head to head, 2 minutes of questions, still 1 point for a correct answer, but now there's a 1 point penalty if you get it wrong. Let's assess the situation. Daniel, a victory tonight and you are assured of a place in the Series 1 final. The other thing to consider, no one has ever been beaten if they lead in the third round. Paul, you lead by 3 at the moment. Daniel, you need a big one. Good luck to both of you. 2 minutes on the clock. Your time starts now. What is the first name of tennis player Jelena Dokic's father? Daniel.
Demir.
Correct. In which sport is Elton Flatley a famous name? Daniel.
Rugby union.
Correct. In what century was the Sheffield Shield competition founded? Paul.
19th.
Correct. Name the 2 Australians to be inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame in May 2006. Susie O'Neill and Kieran Perkins. Which golfer won the 1991 ABC Sport Award of the Year? Paul.
Ian Baker Finch.
Correct. After losing his world heavyweight title to Gene Tunney in 1926, which famous boxer said to his wife, "Honey, I forgot to duck"? Paul.
Jack Dempsey.
Correct. Which former American football star rescued a frightened cat in the movie The Towering Inferno? O.J. Simpson. In karate, what name beginning with O is given to the coloured belts worn by competitors? Obi. How many times has Bart Cummings trained the winner of the Melbourne Cup, Paul?
11.
Correct. Who was the first Formula 1 driver to win a Grand Prix race with his brother coming second? Daniel.
Michael Schumacher.
Incorrect. Ralph Schumacher. Of which national cricket team is Greg Chappell coach? Daniel.
India.
Correct. Which former Socceroo player's autobiography was titled Sheila's, Wogs and... Daniel?
Johnny Warren.
Correct. Which baseball player was known as the Sultan of Swat? Daniel?
Babe Ruth.
Correct. What year did Newcastle join the NRL? Daniel?
1988.
Correct. Which fighter has Anthony Mundine described as a parasite who's been living? Daniel?
Danny Green.
Correct. In what 2 months is the US Tennis Open held? Daniel?
August and September.
Correct. Who held the record for most Test wickets before Dennis Lilly broke it in 19... Daniel?
Lance Gibbs.
Correct. Which sporting champion was engaged to singer Sheryl Crow? Daniel?
Lance Armstrong.
Correct. The sport Nordic combined consists of which 2 ski events? Ski jumping and cross country. Rally driver Jack Murray was known by what...
Gel-Ignite Jack.
We'll accept that. Right on the buzzer there, Paul. It was Gel-Ignite Jack. A good way for you to finish, but the champion showed what he's made of in the third quarter on Head to Head. It is a thriller this evening, folks. Don't go anywhere. Three-quarter time in the battle for the belt, and the score is pretty tight. The defending champion, Daniel, on 30, leads Paul on 29. This is going to be some fun. Time for the fourth and final quarter on Head to Head. Yeah, here we go. Time to sort this contest out once and for all. Everything's at stake here. It's a big one tonight. There's now 2 points for a correct answer and a 2-point penalty for a mistake. And as we mentioned just a second ago, the score, Daniel 30, Paul 29. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you've been tested this closely heading into the final quarter.
Never, no. Always had the big buffer. I said he was good.
Yeah.
I said he was a sleeper.
Well, you're not lying. How are you feeling, Paul?
1 round to go, I suppose. May the victor prevail.
Feeling confident?
50% confident.
Good on you, mate. Well,
I've
you've got
got
a
the other
50%
50.
chance,
Yeah, he's
I
got the
guess.
other 50, yeah.
All right, mate, you're doing a really good job. Keep in there. 2 minutes to go. We'll sort out who gets to take this belt home. Come back next week, defend it. Your time starts now. Which English county team did Shane Warne captain in 2000? Daniel?
Hampshire.
Correct. How many Cox plates did Sunline win? Paul?
2.
Correct. What famous Australian sailing race was first held in 1940? Daniel?
Sydney to Hobart Yacht Race.
Correct. The Irish trainer who has won 2 Melbourne Cups is Dermot.
Weld.
Wait for your name to be called, that's correct. For playing which sport was Australian Wendy Turnbull best known? Daniel?
Tennis.
That's correct. Who did Jarvid Meandad threaten with his bat? Daniel?
Dennis Lilly.
Correct. According to Fords.com, what are the world's 2 most financially successful soccer clubs? Daniel?
Manchester United and Real Madrid.
Correct. In what sport did Simon Fairweather win gold? Daniel?
Archery.
Correct. What event distance is closer to the quarter mile? Daniel?
400 metres.
Correct. Who kicked the winning field goal against Australia in the 2003 Rugby World Cup final? Paul?
Johnny Wilkinson.
Correct. How many men's singles Grand Slam titles did Pat Rafter win? Daniel?
2.
Correct. Which state's cricket team is called the Redbacks? Paul?
South Australia.
Is correct. ABC Sportsman of the Year in 1959 was Jack who? Paul?
Brabham.
Correct. In polo, what are chukkers? Paul?
Quarters. Or intervals like the...
Correct.
Yeah.
Which New Zealand golfer won the 2005 US? Daniel?
Michael Campbell.
Correct. Jana Pittman won gold at the 2000... Paul?
400 metres hurdle.
Incorrect. Paris. The 2 teams that played in the 2001 NBL Grand Finals were Townsville and which other city? Wollongong. How many siblings does Pat Rafter have? Daniel?
8.
Correct. In which sport is Nancy Lopez a famous name? Paul?
Golf.
Correct. Which Olympian took up swimming while recovering from... Daniel?
Kieran Perkins.
Correct. In which country did tennis great Harry Hopman die? Paul?
USA.
Correct. In 2005, which Australian squash champion received a 13-month ban from the World Squash Federation? Paul?
Anthony Ricketts.
Incorrect. David Palmer. Siren has sounded. That's as good as it gets, folks. These two are on their game. Put your hands together for a cracking contest. Woo! We do have a winner at the end of all of that. Let's have a look at the final scoreboard for some confirmation. Daniel, you've booked yourself a place in the Series 1 final. 52 points, Paul 41, but that was a fantastic effort and a great match tonight on Head to Head. I'm sorry to see you go, Paul.
Yeah.
Mate, you really put up a great effort. Just that final quarter there, just a little bit slow on the buzzer,
Yeah.
I guess. You've got to anticipate,
the buzzer,
anticipate the answers sometime. Really great challenger, mate. Thanks for your contribution, but we have to send you back to the sheds.
Thanks.
And there goes Paul. He leaves us without the belt, but he does pick up a gift voucher to use at any ABC shop, and watch for him at your local pub trivia competition. He will blitz the field. Daniel, congratulations, mate. Everything you could have hoped for. You've broken a record too. You've broken 50 for the first time with a final score of 52, so that's another record to add to your tally on the show. And you've earned the right to hold up the head-to-head championship belt. So away you go. Put your hands together for him. He is some champion. He talks the talk and he walks the walk, and he'll be back next week to defend his title. We'll see you then. Good night.